Hi, Regi.
Hi, Manu. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to Daily Brunch's Zoom in conversation. It's very honorable to have you on board. It's our second Zoom meeting. First one was with Kripala, and food has become, for our daily brunch, has become a big focus point, and we are looking at food in a totally different way, unlike a commercial thing or anything. Just a passion of food and identifying people who are passionate about it and pulling off a lot of wonderful stuff. You happen to be one of the leaders in that forefront, and to all the readers, I'll just introduce you, Regi. Just give me a minute. I'm sure all of you guys know, this is Regi Mathew, the chef and the co-founder of KAPPA CHAKKA KANDHARI, the restaurant which has taken Kerala flavors across South India, I would say. Launched in Chennai, opened in Bangalore. I had a personal invite to go there and check out all his. He personally curated the menu for us. It was fantastic. And to top it all, they have been rated as ranked number 23 in the Condé Nast Traveler list of last year's top restaurants in India. So there you go. I mean, you know as much as me. So I leave to Regi. And Regi, how did it all start? How did you get into this food? I know your restaurant is all very nostalgic, memorable, but still, what got you into this trail?
Manu, first of all, let me thank you, and it's an honor to be on a platform with you here.
Thank you.
And like I met you accidentally, so everything happens accidentally, and I also become a chef accidentally.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
Okay.
I had no clue that this hotel industry is going to be a profession which I'm going to take it up.
Okay.
So after completing my graduation in chemistry, so that's the time the option of a hotel management has come up.
Wow. Okay.
So got into hotel management. Then I realized that I had that little time I spent with my mother in the kitchen, with a lot of a lot of scoldings and a lot of I used to make a mess of the kitchen. So then all that things started coming in. The first year and second year in the institute, never thought that I'll be a chef. But yes, third year, I think a lot of role played by my instructors and even the hotel training. And I realized that kitchen is the area where I should spend time. Yes.
Wow. So you have taken chemistry very organically, I would speak.
It is helping a lot. It is helping a lot now. So because
Seriously?
everything which I do, I try to connect and see whether the reactions are complete.
Wow. Okay. Very nice. That's good. And continuing from there, Regi, you have continued from your hotel management, and then how did you move on to reach at this stage? Just in brief, just for us to.
So after doing my hotel management, I joined Taj Group of Hotels in Bangalore, Taj West End.
Wow.
So I was lucky to be a part of a team which was running Paradise Island, which was an iconic restaurant of Taj West End. Years back.
Yep.
So till year 2000, I was there at Paradise Island as a Thai chef.
Yeah.
So in year 2000, I decided to move out from Taj and came down to Chennai and been a part of the restaurant group. Okay. And then opened close to around 90 plus restaurants. And,
wow, 90 plus restaurants.
So that's a time the story of KAPPA CHAKKA KANDHARI has come into our mind.
That is a story we would like to hear from you, from your mouth actually, from verbally from the chef and his two friends. I've read up and you've told me also, but we would all like to hear it again. It's a fabulous story.
Yes, in fact, I was comfortably settled in Chennai, and on one of the evening, I was having a tea with my friends, my close friends in Chennai for last 13, 14 years, John Paul and Augustine Gideon. So we were just having a chat, and that's the time we were talking about food in yesteryears, having tea with the Padamburi. So then the conversation went on. Then everybody started talking about the food what they used to have. Like when we were having the conversation, we found that a lot of dishes which they were talking about were something slightly new to me, and what I was talking is something slightly new to me. So though we all are from Kerala, we knew that there is much more than what we knew. So generally we all know certain dishes and we call it as Kerala dishes, and that's all our knowledge about Kerala. So that's the time we decided there is much more than what we all know. So why not get into a journey? We never had an idea of opening a restaurant or nothing we had. So we just wanted to meet our moms, because we were all talking about mother's food, and the nostalgia started playing a role. So we took a...
Guys went to meet your moms. That's how it kicked off.
Yes.
Finally crystallized.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we went to my partner's house in Trichy, and 2 days we had a lot of food. And some of them were really new to me. Then we went to Kannur and I met my other partners, my friend's mother, and we got a lot of insight from them. Then came to my house. My mom made some dishes which were something new to them. Okay. So then the talk started, and we wanted to get into the cuisine and understand much more than what we used to have our idea about Kerala food. Okay. So we told our moms, we have an idea to get to know the cuisine much more. Okay. So the best way, it is very difficult to get the real recipes when you go for a research or something like that. So we told our moms, you put us on your best 10 friends. Oh. But one condition, they should be your childhood friends.
You told that to your mom. You guys told your mom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So they put us to their best friends, 10 of their best friends. So 3 into 10, 30 best friends listing we got. So they told them that, okay, no, my son is coming with his friends, and they would like to know something more about the food, and they have some crazy idea. Okay. And so we went to their house. When you go to mother's friend's house, so they always see you like their own kids. Absolutely. And it was the welcome was grand welcome. So we were given a great range of food, and it is not stopped with one meal. It was breakfast, lunch, evening tea, dinner, and we stayed there for a day. So it was a very interesting information which we were gathering. And also during this time, they were also telling us why they used to do this. Each ingredient, why they are adding it. So it was not just getting the recipes alone. We're just getting to know the dishes much more than the usual way we understand the cuisine. It is not just written down recipes. Okay. So we also understood from them the importance of ingredients which place. So most of the time, depending on the place where they live, the cuisine also evolved like that. So when you go to a high range, the food is more towards that. When you go to a place where you get a lot of seafood, it is more in that line. So we started noting down all this information. Okay. So at that time, the father of the house, they also need to contribute. Now they are sitting in a corner and listening to all this tamashas. And they said, see, the toddy shop which is there near to the house, they give excellent Tara Umapas or like that.
That's the father's input. That is the father's input.
Their contribution, yes. So we thought so we should not let them down. So we went to the first toddy shop. They also came along with us, and gave us an opportunity to understand more about the toddy shop cuisine. Okay. So each toddy shop has its own specialty, and the food is prepared by the toddy shop cooks. They come in the morning and they make the food. Once it is over, it's over. They don't make and keep on making it. That's food. So I like the concept of the freshness of food, and once it gets over, it gets over. That concept was really, really interesting for us.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So that's how, like, our studies, and during this time, we also told our mom's friends to put us on to their friends. So like that, we visited close to around 265 houses and 70 odd toddy shops. So the journey
Okay.
was very interesting. It lasted for almost 3 years.
3 years of visiting
Yes.
home kitchens and toddy shops. Even if you didn't open a restaurant, I think that's a great experience. I'm just saying, anybody would love it. I don't think anybody would have visited
Toddy shop.
60 toddy shops. I would love to. I mean, anybody would, because I know Kerala toddy shops. I mean, like you know. And then after that, I hear that you have moved into this opening a restaurant thing. But in between opening the restaurant and this, you had pop-ups and 50,000 customers in Dubai, Chennai, with this idea before you open the restaurant. That's what I was interested in.
Okay. So during this time, we have collected close to around 800 recipe concepts. So each time when you go, we used to think like, we learned. So now we need to familiarize this cuisine.
Okay.
Even at that time, we didn't have an idea about our restaurant.
Okay.
So we thought like, we experience something, let us just make others experience. So basically we wanted to familiarize the concept, what we enjoyed by doing pop-up events. So we did small pop-up events, around 150 to 200 people. Close to around 8 pop-ups we did in Bangalore and Chennai.
Okay.
That gave us a courage to do a bigger event, 3 big events in Bangalore.
Okay.
And one event in, everybody say the 15th district of Kerala, Dubai. So we did one event in Dubai, Sharjah.
Oh, I like that line, the 15th district, because everybody in Kerala, some family, like you said, will have somebody from Dubai. So it's like another district for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I see in the concept of pop-ups, what we look at is either you have an existing brand, they do another pop-up, so people are familiar with this versus that. But you went the reverse way. And are these 3 partners of yours? Did you study together, or how did you meet up? I mean, did you study together, or were you just friends? Or
John and Augustine studied together. When I came to Chennai from Bangalore,
okay,
so they were the first people whom I met, and we become very close friends. And for 15 years, we were very close, thick friends, same age group. So a lot of commonalities.
Okay, so just to keep our readers, 2-3 people, you bring in, you're the chef, you're the brain behind the food. The whole thing is you. And then you have your 2 friends. What do they bring in into this concept of Kappa Chakka Kandhari and your association?
So all three of us are foodies. That's a great thing.
Wow.
So we could appreciate the food the way.
Okay.
So, when we enjoy the food, everybody has their own choices, their own taste profiles. So we used to discuss how the food is. Then documenting another part is my responsibility. But we 3 went as a team. We enjoyed, so we could get. It is not only my view of seeing the food; it is also from the others' view, how they appreciate the food.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So when we did this events, what happened is a lot of people who started asking us, okay, you come and do an event and go, then what is next?
Okay.
So that is the time we have thought about opening a restaurant of Kappa Chakka Kandhari.
Okay. Great. Now, as far as Kerala food is concerned, restaurant-based or anywhere, personally, I would, we get personal on the Daily Brunch all the time. Personal in the sense, very happily personal. I have not eaten pure Kerala food because I was in Bangalore. I've come from Kerala. Somebody comes from Kerala. We want to take them out. Actually, could never find a place where you get pure Kerala food and that good, you feel good about eating it. That I felt when I came to your place in Bangalore this time. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I really felt that. Now, my question to you, even then, even now, how do you cater to all that urban, young, old mix? It was jam-packed, by the way. And it was a motley crew of everybody. It's like old people, middle-aged people, and young kids. How did you get that Kerala concept to the young kids? Not only Malayalis, it's Bangalore, it's a metropolitan city.
So, see, when we did our events, we were interacting with a lot of people. Yeah, at the same time, like, me being in this field for so many years, like, that also added little extra confidence to create something unique and different.
Correct.
So we were concentrating. So as I told you, when we met our moms, so we have close to around 265 moms. So,
fantastic. Good one.
so when we met them, like, we were also doing an understanding on the ingredients available. So I was very clear that we need to do something with the hyper local concept. See, because when you talk about authentic is something which always raises eyebrow when I think about authentic. So how do you say an authentic food? So I thought, why not we understand the ingredients, the cooking techniques, and put all these things together and create an ethnic food that makes an authentic food.
Okay.
So if you have an authentic recipe and if you use the ingredients from different places, it may not give you the original dish the way it has been consumed.
Right.
So we started identifying the ingredients from different places. So, geographically, tapioca is available everywhere in Kerala.
Of course.
But when we did our study, or more than that, when we did our eating experience, so we found that the best tapioca we tasted from a place near Pala in Kottayam district, Ramapuram. So we started, we identified that place as our source of ingredient, tapioca. So like that, every ingredient we have geographically identified. Say, for example, coconut. Kerala is the land of coconut. So to get the coconut from where? So again, we finalized a place near Trichy where we identified our coconut. So like that, every ingredient what we are using in our restaurant is being geographically identified by us, and that ingredient comes from there.
Okay.
So these are grown by farmers either in their backyard of their house or small farmlands. So these are not the commercially produced.
Right, I've noticed that part because KAPPA CHAKKA KANDHARI is known for its ingredients and the way you source it and how they grow it, and it's very interesting because you have used women collectives and small societies and small farms, and they have to send this to your location in Chennai. I'm talking about pre-lockdown, and Bangalore. One part.
Yes.
Then with these ingredients, you set up that same ethnic kitchen with all the authentic or so-called authentic utensils and the ambience and the wood fires. It's a chain of events, right, Regi? Could you?
Yes, it is. So what we had done is while we were moving around in Kerala, we also identified the cooks whom we can bring them to prepare the food. See, at the end of the day, it's how it is being prepared. And we always say this kaipunyam, the hand, how the mothers make. So we wanted that essence also to come. So we have recruited home chefs and toddy shop cooks, which is the most difficult one to get a toddy shop cook from Kerala.
Fantastic. Very good. Home chefs and toddy shop cooks. First of all, home chefs are very difficult. Toddy shop cooks are almost extinct. It's very difficult to get them.
It's very difficult to get. Correct, that's true.
Great. And then...
so even when we did our events in Bangalore or Dubai, we had close to around 70 of them being a part of our event. So they came all the way from Kerala, cook the food the traditional way. We don't make, even if it is a bigger function, we don't make food in a big quantities. We always make it in smaller formats because that is how they know to make the food. So we don't want to commercialize.
Bigger, they don't want to commercialize. Exactly.
Yeah, it is like, if I go and tell my mom that, okay, 50 people are coming for dinner, you make chicken, so she probably throw me out of the kitchen. At the same time, we go with three chicken and give it to her and say, can you make a chicken curry out of that? She'll happily make it.
I'll remember
their
that.
Way of looking at the recipe is different.
I'll remember that next time. Even my mom has got the same problem. I'll do that next time, but not with chicken. I'm going to do it with mutton. I love mutton. Anyway, so that's there. And and now you've got the ingredients. Like, for example, and the name, KAPPA CHAKKA KANDHARI. Why I'm coming to that point is, what is your opinion of Kerala cuisine, this Indian, the whole beauty of this national, this country of India, and restaurants and spread and diversity? Where does Kerala stand? I mean, Kerala foods take a place. if you look at the whole Indian scenario, metro or wherever, cities.
See, the Indian food itself has so much of choices and varieties and characters. So I would say Kerala is one among the other cuisines of India. So if you ask me why Kerala cuisine or what role Kerala cuisine has in Indian cuisine as such, I would say every cuisine in Indian cuisine has characters. It has so much of stories to talk about. It is all about the spices and the cooking techniques and all these things what we follow. So since I am from Kerala, so I have that nostalgic feel, and I could get on to the cuisine by rooting through the mothers and all the things. But I'm sure that the same kind of thing which can be played in other cuisines too. Take it our Karnataka cuisine or Andhra cuisine or Telugu food or even Tamil Nadu, even North Indian food. There is a lot more characters. Portuguese or the Arabic or the Danish. So because Kerala has accepted the best practices in terms of cooking styles. So that's why you can see the stews, the cutlets, and like the appam. Appam, again, it is not the fermentation process and the steaming process. All these things are being accepted by the Malayalis and recreated with the ingredients which is being available within their place and created the cuisine.
Great.
So that is why, in our restaurant, we don't serve the most popular present items of Kerala, like the parathas and biryani in Kappa Chakka Kandhari.
Yeah, exactly. I've never noticed parathas and biryani in your restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Because there is much more than that. See, paratha and biryani, once you have the food, you feel quite heavy. And that is very common everywhere. So we didn't want to take that route. We wanted to show the treasures, what we have. We wanted to make people experience. And second thing is, when mothers make the food, it has been appreciated by everybody. It is not, it is made with the love and passion. So that makes the food different. So we packaged it in a slightly different way so that people accept it. So we made the portions into smaller portions like tapas. So people can try different dishes.
Correct.
And some interesting concepts I remember one dish which I have taken from my mom. It's tender coconut pudding, which has been renamed by the guests as cloud pudding.
I love that.
It is known as cloud pudding now.
I love that name because when I ate that pudding, I think it's a signature dish of Kandhari. It actually moves like a cloud, tender coconut souffle. It's an unbelievable dish.
In fact, the name is given by the guests, the kids in the restaurant. They came and asked me, Uncle, why not, when you open in Bangalore, why not you put the name as cloud pudding? And we also like a dish like prawn kiri, where it is basically a prawn dish cooked with coconut and kokum. So we made the same dish and put it in a pouch and steamed it. So that was again an interesting concept for a lot of guests. So it was we have not altered the taste or the concept of the food, but we only presented in a way where everybody likes.
Okay, great. Now, of course, you know the lockdown. I remember that December and that January. That's the best times for food and restaurants and everything. And suddenly, out of the blue, this thing happened. But I loved Kappa Chakka Kandhari Chennai, how you got back into the role with delivering food home. Now, all that you were saying that how did you manage to do delivery? And I read a lot of reports that delivery was fantastic.
Yes, see, Kappa Chakka. Okay, so the Kappa Chakka Kandhari food is always we encourage people to have it in the restaurant because it is freshly made and given so that you enjoy the way it is being given. So smaller portions. So the smaller portions doesn't work out in a delivery model. Plus, most of our dishes need to be eaten fresh. So we were very, very reluctant to have a delivery model with the Kappa Chakka Kandhari. But when the situation changed and a lot of our guests started asking for delivery food. See, their idea is to get food from a place where they are confident about.
Correct.
So getting from a trusted player. So they said, like, why not you start delivery? That is how we started looking into the delivery as a model. Kappa Chakka Kandhari food, it's always treated as a restaurant food. So we don't encourage people to take it on a delivery model. Because it's eaten fresh, it is cooked with a lot of fresh spices and ingredients. So by the time you do a delivery model, it loses its essence and fragrance. So we never used to encourage people to go for packed food from Kappa Chakka Kandhari. But when the pandemic started and when there was a situation where people started looking for food from trusted places, because that was something which was very, very like a need of the time. So a lot of them requested us to provide them food during this time. So then we decided, like, we will maintain our principle of our principles of cooking, where we use only fresh ingredients. So we tune the menu in such a way, we kept the Kappa Chakka Kandhari menu as such, so that once we open the restaurant, that menu will continue with some addition. But the KCK food pack menu, which is with locally available ingredients and the recipe the dishes which can stand this transportation, which which hold. So something like appam. Appam cannot be a delivery product, because by the time it goes home, it will produce. So we created something called Kallapam. Kallapam is at home. I remember when we travel that time, mom used to have this Kallapam which is made and kept, packed and kept, so that it can stay for a long time. So, which is basically with the appam concept, it is a fermented rice batter with a lot of coconut and jeera in it, and it is grilled on a tawa. So, it has a shelf life. Only for the KCK food pack menu. It is not for the restaurant. Even after we open the restaurant, we will not have parathas and biryani. It will be only on KCK food pack model.
That's KCK food pack model. Okay.
Yeah, that concept is called KCK food pack. So only in that these items will be there. But the principles are maintained the same: quality of ingredients and locally available ingredients, the freshness, the hygienic aspect. All the things are being followed in making the same like the dishes for food pack.
Okay, great. Now, all the Bangaloreans would love to know, when is Kappa Chakka Kandhari coming back to Bangalore? A lot of absolutely people ask me. Actually, I don't know, but they're doing delivery in Chennai. At least they get to taste it. So, on behalf of the readers, I'm asking you, Regi, what are your plans? If you have plans, or is it a good time, or just asking?
No, we too are missing Bangalore.
Okay.
And we will be opening the KCK food pack first in Bangalore.
Okay.
Probably in another 2 weeks' time, we should be opening our KCK food pack. Okay. Once that is started, we will be looking at the ground realities, how the situation and how things are moving, because we are very concerned about the safety of the customers who are coming to our restaurant, and also the team, and most importantly, the logistics. Because all our ingredients comes from Kerala, from different places. So we wanted to make a foolproof system before we open the restaurant. Things can come and we come back to Bangalore the same way, but we were 5-6 months back.
Yeah. That was fantastic, because let us, if according to me, if there was no lockdown, I think Kappa Chakka Kandhari would have bounced into other places like London, US. That's my reading. I don't know. I'm asking you. Lockdown just happened, but nobody expected it. But I think you're on a roll. The brand. I call it a Kerala brand, if you can call it that. That food. Even if you go outside the country, I'm sure you'll be doing the same model, right? I don't think anything else is required.
See, our customers in Chennai and Bangalore are not only from Chennai and Bangalore. We get a lot of guests who are coming from north, especially from Bombay and Delhi. So when they come, it is like, they make it a point to come to our restaurant. And even from abroad, like a lot of people, like when they visit Bangalore and Chennai, they come and ask, from airport itself, they ask, where is this restaurant? I think thank God we got that much response and support from people who tried the food, and they talk about it. They speak to their friends and family. So it is known to a lot of people.
Okay.
And that's something which is really good for us.
Fantastic.
So the future plans, as of now, what we are looking is like to settle down first, and after that we will look at it. If we have any expansion, the first thing we wanted to settle down and get back to the original situation, and then that's
Anyway, thanks for coming on, Regi, in your busy schedule, I know. And we are with you. We're looking for you opening in Bangalore, and may you go on the continuous food journey, keeping the mothers and the toddy shop chefs and the people and the ingredients all alive. Thanks for being on Daily Brunch, Regi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manu. Looking forward to see you in Bangalore once you open the restaurant.
Definitely we will. Bye. Take care, Regi.
Thank you.